Love it. So do we dive straight into this whole Lucas Mirtl situation, or do we leave that for the end of the podcast? Do we is this a little bit of a little nugget that we make people want to listen to the end of the podcast?
I don't
Because
know. You've
otherwise,
already
there's no
brought
real reason to get to the end of the
you've
podcast.
brought it up now. Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, I don't want to touch on it too much because I will be honest. I've read all the posts.
Hmm.
I've listened to the statements that have been made. He's come on another podcast and given a statement. It's interesting. I'll just put it like that. It's very interesting. I do think that the public is only aware of certain percentage of the information. You've got to think litigation is involved on both sides, and lawyers are
There will be
probably
lawyers.
giving, if there's not already tons of lawyers giving
Yeah.
tons of advice to say less, right? I think less
Mhm.
is more. I think public perception has shown a lot of things. Got to be a little tough for Lucas. I don't know him very much on a personal level. I've met him a few times, but I think the public reaction was pretty brutal, and I don't care how tough you are, how much
Mhm.
of a thick skin you've got. It's got to be tough. But I also don't think reputation is always unearned, right? So you gotta give a point to that as well. But to be on the far side of this did not happen, I don't understand what's going on, and then to have the statements that we got from the Lawrence camp and from Wasserman Group, man, one's over here, one's over here. Where is the
The truth's
truth? Where is
somewhere in
the
the middle
yeah,
there.
where is the full story? And so for me, I don't want to speculate too much. I don't have a dog in the fight. I just hope I don't want anybody's money getting stolen. So if it happened, whether it was from Lucas, whether it was from somebody else, I'm not about that. These riders risk too much, put too much time and effort in it to have $20 taken from them, let alone, a larger sum of money. But I'm also very, very against publicly shaming somebody, not giving the full story,
Mhm.
and misleading information without knowing 100% of the facts. So if it comes out that Lucas is innocent, I think he's got every right to be
Oh,
beyond upset and to go
and
back
he'll
after
also be
those.
set for life if he is. So
Right. And I don't think that's what he wants. I don't think the goal
yeah.
is to be able to sue, take a bunch of money, and ride off into the sunset. He had an amazing thing going. He was kind of the guy as far as sports agents go. That reputation is going to be hard to resume. But from what I've heard, according to him, he 100% believes in his innocence. He doesn't plan on going anywhere, not only as an agent, but in the sport. So we'll see. I mean, I just hope little by little the public, us general folk, are
Mhm.
filled in, right? Because I hope it's not something where the lawyers bury it and it's just never mentioned again. So we'll see. It's a tough call either way you look at it. I just hope that the truth comes out and justice is properly served to whoever it goes to.
I completely agree. I'll say this is I think what some is lost in the whole thing is that this is a sad story.
Exactly.
This is a relationship that has been better part of 10 years in the making between Lucas Mirtl and the Lawrence family. Like that there's relationships that have been shattered, memories that are now stained, every championship and race win end photo that people are that you can't look at them the same way anymore. Um, I question why this needed to be so public.
I
Um,
agree.
like I've left companies before, talked to HR. I've been asked to leave companies before by HR, and that was always done in private in a boardroom with a like usually a fat envelope basically outlining the details of the separation. This was not that. This was I'm very surprised that there is such a giant gap in essentially both stories, and which like I said earlier, that tells me that the truth lies somewhere in the middle, given the fact that we don't have a lot of details at all. We have some one well written post, a couple of not so well written posts, but hey, like full disclosure to a guy like Lucas Mirtl, I cannot even imagine the situation, the mental landscape
Yeah.
he was in when making those posts. I think maybe in hindsight, possibly maybe wouldn't have made those posts, but I can't say that for him. I wish nothing but the best for the Lawrences and all of his clients, of which he had very many. We're talking Chance Hymas, we're talking Joe Shimoda, Ty Masterpool, the Coonan brothers. Like just, I'm sure there was others in the stable, and that is a lot of questions that need answering from both Travis Clark and Jacob Hayes. And yeah, I like just like the comeback story of a guy like Kyle Peters. I hope that Lucas is able to make a comeback story of his own if he's in fact innocent of these allegations or these. But yeah, that's all I want to say about that. It's a sad story. This is for those who are piling on or dancing on someone's grave. Shame on you. But that's all I want to say on that. We'll move on.